Welcome to Action Hound Media, the site and channel all about action. Life is boring. Get some action into your life. Check out this video, Gun Saved My Life. Got a positive message, even for the gun haters.
Guns saved my life. No, I'm not going to tell you a story of how I used a gun to get out of some crazy situation. I'm talking about how guns affected my life more figuratively than literally. So one day I was working at one of my jobs, and one of my coworkers, this girl, walks in and she puts her bag on the floor and a gun falls out of her bag. And then I asked her about it, and she said, "Oh, yeah, you should get a gun." This is about, I don't know, 10 years ago, right? So I was thinking about it, never really acted upon it. Then she kept bothering me, and I says, all right, you know what? Let me go get a gun permit and get a gun, right? And at the time, I was actually quite anti-gun. I'd never shot a gun, and I thought they were just dangerous, and they caused a lot of problems, and they only had a negative effect on the world, right? So I wasn't really that pro-gun at that time. But she kept pestering me, and I eventually got a gun permit, and then I went out and I bought an AR-15, and then I bought some handguns, and I joined a hunting club where they had a range, and I started shooting guns. What I found out was that guns were actually fun, and that after shooting a gun, you had this really great feeling of relaxation from shooting the guns for like an hour. And like most other gun owners, you get some pistols, you get a shotgun, you got some rifles, and then I thought, let me try archery. I went out and took an archery course, and then I got into archery. I'm like, wow, this is fun, So I started shooting the bow also. So I'm shooting guns, I'm shooting bows, and then, you start with the compound bows, and then you want to try out what the crossbows are like. So you get some crossbows. So after I got into archery and I was shooting bows a lot, I'm like, wow, let me try my hand at hunting. So I went out and got a hunting license, and I got into hunting. So it went from guns to archery to hunting, right? I start hunting, and then I come to the realization that, wow, I mean, there's some really big bucks that come out in the rut, and like you never see them during the year. And I thought to myself, what other creatures are in the woods that are this big and roaming around? And then I started getting into Sasquatch research, and that totally got me into a whole nother thing, right? So I got into Sasquatch research and went on some expeditions, and from there, you get into the camping and the hiking more and hanging out and meeting new people. So I went from guns to archery to hunting to Sasquatch research. From my initial anti-gun position, I went from pro-gun position to all these things opening up in my world. And that's why I say guns saved my life, because at the time, I was getting a little older. I wasn't doing as much martial arts or mountain biking, and I needed something new, and guns opened up all these different worlds for me. So now I have a multiple array of different interests and opened up new hobbies for me, which saved my life and brought more joy into my life. What I'm saying is, everybody thinks guns have a negative effect, but I'm telling you right now that for me, it was a positive effect, and that people shouldn't just automatically think that guns are a bad thing, because they do have a positive effect in people's lives and give them more joy, pleasure, and action into their lives. So, life's boring. You got to get more action into your life, and that's what opened up more action into my life, and also creates more content for Action Hound. So Action Hounds, unite, peace out, get more action into your life.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our Action Hound Media YouTube channel, and check out our website, actionhoundmedia.com.